All right, this video is going to be about developing a pipe template for just a flat bevel. This is a pipe that's sitting on a flat surface, and I'm going to show how to develop it out. This is the rolled out version. It's actually half. We'll do half of it, and then the other half just reflects. It's the same. It's just reflected. And so what we got to start out with is we got the diameter of the pipe. And actually, I could show you too. The thickness has something to do with it. The inside of the bevel, you go to the thicker pipe, and then the interior is the outside. So this would be cut to the inside of the pipe, the outside diameter. Now here would be the inside diameter. But and it just all it is you just take this and reduce it by the thickness here of a 1/4 inch pipe. I don't know if I'm going to get into that. But it is, you got to take that into account when you do the pipe, especially this inside corner, because if you cut it wrong, it'll get really short. And then it just fits right if you do it. So you're going to break this 8-inch pipe into this half of the 8-inch pipe here into 15-degree increments, right? So that leaves 180 divided by 12, that's 15 degrees. And we're going to do, we know this is 4, and we know this is 4. So we're going to create a triangle right here. So we're looking for this dimension right here. Put it right there. And to do that, we need to find out the length of this right here. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we know that this is the cosine of 15 degrees is this unknown. I'll just draw pictures, make it easier. You know that's 15 degrees. And we know this is 4. So x, and then they go x over 4 is the cosine of 15 degrees. So cosine of 15 times 4. Control C. I'll give you that 3.863. What we want to do is we want to find this, so we're going to go 4 minus that. So I'm going to just redo that again. 4 minus, and then I'll put that in parentheses. Control V, close parentheses, copy, put that, hit compute, and then hit Control V equals. All right, that's how you calculate that, right? And that's the same for all of them. If you do 30 degrees, 40, 45, all the way up to 180, let's just do 180 so you can see that. So 4 minus Control V. I think I did that already. Control V. And we're going to change that 15 to 100 to 180. And that should come out to 8, right? Control V equals copy, Control V. So it works. I mean, it's just checking the formula. You know that's 8. Now what we need to do is we need to go in this little tiny corner here. We can do the big one, and I can show you the same, but this zoom works pretty good. So I'm going to go V. We already know this. It's at 0.13. All right. What we're looking for now is this, because this is going to get reflected at that angle. over to this pattern. So we're looking for that dimension right here. All right. That's the next one we're looking for. So you show how to calculate that. I mean, you could just develop this in scale, but anyway, that's so we're going to do it the same thing. I'm going to create a triangle here, and we know this is 30, and we're looking for this. We'll call this y because it's actually a y on the coordinates, and then this is 0.1363, right? So 0.13 over y is a tangent of 30. So we're going to go 0.136 over y equals tangent 30. So we're going to go take this, tangent of 30, and go there. This will be the algebra, and then that. So 0.1363 divided by tangent of 30. 0.1363 divided by tangent of 30. Now copy that. And Control V equals copy. And that's how you develop that one right there. Control V. All right. So we have the height there. Now we're looking for the increments this way. So let's do the overall half of this. This dimension here is 12.56. So we're going to go 8 times pi 3.14159. And we're going to divide all that by 2. And that'll give us half, right? So I didn't do that. So 8 times 3.1416 equals, divided by 2 equals, right? Copy. That would give us this dimension right here. Control V. I'm going to do that just in case it's 12.5664. Okay. So then we're going to go tools, calculator, Control V. We're going to put that number there, and we're going to divide that by 12, because that's 180 divided by 15 degrees. That's 12 days. So we're going to divide that by 12. Copy, compute equals, Control V equals, right? Copy. Control V. All right. 10472. And then you'll do the same thing with all the rest of those. And then you could check this 8. We know that this is we could go the point. We know this is 8, so 8, so let's go like this. 8 divided by tangent of 30. And that should be compute. That should give us this big run here, Control V equals. I'm going to do a couple of those so we can check them. Copy, T, Control V. All right. And that's what I'm looking for right here. 13.8564, right? So that's how you do all the geometry and the math, and then all you do is you just connect those dots, and then this here gets reflected. Enter, reflected over that. That'd be your whole pattern to scale if you did it to scale, right? And then we're going to go to this so 8 is the diameter, there's the radius, and then equals, so this is the degrees, right? All the way to 360. And then we're going to do, we need to get the same thing, which is, you can do 0 degrees, SB2. So I've got the radius minus the radius times the cosine, and then the B5 is the angle divided by E2. I don't know how I got 0 there. I could see that one. Be cosine radius minus 4, so it's 4 minus 4, so you're getting 0. And then you're getting those, and then all the way to the end. Now let's see, to the middle was 8. So this is the dimension right here, right? 0.13, and then let's just pick the middle one. So check it. So it's 4. So the mid one should be 4. Yeah. So there you go, 4 and then 8, right? And then it goes back down to 4 and 0. All right, so that's looking good. And then this is going to be, what am I looking for after I have that? I'm looking for, this is getting, so this is the dimension. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't really know what that is. So we have, what we're looking for is this now. I'm going to take that dimension, and I'm going to say, so that dimension divided by the tangent of 30. All right, so let's go back to that. Equals this divided by tangent of radians of 30, no, of this. We're going to lock that cell. Tangent of 30, close, enter, and then that should populate properly, 0.2361, and then the last one was 13.8564, right? 361 and 13.8564. 13.8564. Okay, so that's looking good now. And then we're going to do the increment. We're going to say equals 0, because that's how we're going to start out. The height here is 0. The next one will be 2.361, 0.2361. 0.2361, so equals, actually I can just do this now. Nope, that's 0. Equals, I'm looking for the run. What the hell did I just do? We're looking for the run, right? Okay, so let's go equals 8 times I, open, close, times pi, divided by 12, enter. That's the run. That should be divided by 2. That'll be the run. So we're going to move this to here. Equals 0. That's going to start out at 0. Enter, and then this is going to go there. But this is the actual increment, right? So the first one, then this is going to be equal to Control C equals Control V plus that, right? Enter, and then that would be something we can paste down, 25.1372. And that would be the overall, right? Because I'm going to do, this is not going to be a half pattern. This is going to be the total pattern. 25.1327. 1237, so that's good. This is just gonna be a digital thing. So now I've got this bay, so I'm gonna tell you what, so we could go equals, concatenate for this, and open a quote, comma, close quote, and this. And then now I've got enter, and I've got my XYZ coordinates, I can do that. And I think I'm gonna change this, equals, round, and then there, comma, we'll go 3 places, enter. Same thing here. Oh, and then this one. So that one could be the same. This one equals round. Comma 4. Enter. Leave that one alone then. Equals. And then I'm going to take this. All right, that'll shorten that up a little bit. Nope. Didn't round, huh? There you go. Now that's a little bit better. No need to have all those. I probably don't need those decimal points anyway, but I can do it. Now what I'm going to do is 2 things. I'm going to go like this. Insert to a graph. Let's go right there. Okay. And then I don't know what 14, that's the height there. And then the width is insert to select data. And I want this data here. Right here. But that's not right. We gotta modify it. There. What the hell? That's that. Edit. That's not it. That's not it either. Equals. That's better. I don't know how I lost that, but. And then this. Select data. Edit. This should be right here. Okay. Now I got those, and then up here, okay, and then right here, I'm just going to add the add data labels. X direction, vertical, straight up. And then we can put in some format grid lines. I can add some grid lines. Grid lines, let's go here, do primary vertical. And then I can click on that. Select format grid. Let's see. Select data. Format access maybe. Then I want to go labels. I'm going to get it on the tick marks. On tick marks, I think right there. You know, but we're looking for this one, right? Yeah, so that is correct. It's on there, and then these should be centered up. My data labels of. All right, so that's better. And then I have a real, it's not to scale, but it's actually got coordinates on there. So you got your vertical and your horizontal, and that's this here. I just leave that out. All right, and then you can take this, copy, and then open up Notepad, Control A, delete, Control V equals, and then save as. In this program, you're going to have to save it and then try to open it and then do it again. So let's type template bevel 30 .xyz, right? And then I'm going to go back to this program here, and we'll just check it, right? So file, import. Type 30. Open. And then there's the thing, right? So this just made your image of that. Control H. Did that. So it looks like all the calculations are exactly right. Yeah. So the one I put in before was a curve. And I think in AutoCAD you can't put it in a curve here. It just comes out all in coordinate points with straight lines, right? So that's how you run a bevel, the geometry of it, and how to put it in Excel, and how to create an XYZ coordinate and chart in Excel for a beveled pipe at any angle you want, any size you want. I hope that helps in your career. Thanks for watching.